guys still up?
Wow, what a football game, huh? Great game. I don't really know where to start, guys. I mean, great play at the end of the game. Execution, that's what gets it done. You know, Aaron Bates, he's just been an unbelievable football player since he's come here. There's a reason that he was named captain, not just because of his punting ability, but because of him as a football player and him in tough situations. But we executed. Charlie Gantz sneaks out there, gets separation, makes the catch. So all that doesn't work without execution. I thought it was a football game, great football game. Give a lot of credit to Notre Dame. They're a well-coached football team. They play extremely hard. They've got good players. They make plays. Give a lot of credit to our football team. We hung in. We kept playing. Sometimes it wasn't perfect, but we ran the ball effectively. I don't know how many times we've had 3 200-yard rushing games in a row. Not in my time as a head football coach. So, you know, quite a statement. Edwin Baker, big play. Le'Veon Bell, big play. That Cousins played well, you know, big touchdown passes in some tough situations. Needed to play on special teams and got it. And we said all along that we had to have one big momentum play. We just didn't know when it would come. But, you know, I don't really know where to start or end, so I'll just take some questions, but big night for the Spartans.
Mark, when did the play actually get called?
Actually, when he sacked the quarterback, I looked at it and I said, you know, Little Giants.
For the record, have you ever seen
play?
Yeah. Have you ever seen another movie your player said you only watched that movie in your life?
No, I've seen other movies. We always name our trick plays after movies, so we keep it fun. But we actually put it in on Wednesday, and you know, it worked every time. We looked at all the different looks that they would have. It felt like it's about timing. It's about, you know, obviously it's about timing. They had to line up to try and block it. They had the first option covered. The first option was to go to Le'Veon Bell. They had that covered, and Aaron sort of moved to the right. Great job by Conroy distracting the corner that was coming up the field. And, you know, I just, to be honest with you, I made the call, Little Giants, and I said a little prayer. Said, let's go.
Mark, was the distance as well as, frankly, Conroy's inexperience?
It did have something to do with it, not taking anything away from Dan, but I didn't want to put that kind of pressure on him. I'd rather the pressure be on us or on me. And this 47-yarder, I would have hated to put that kind of pressure on him and us to come up short with it. He's very capable of it, obviously, but last kick of the game against Notre Dame in overtime to tie it, when I thought that you know, we had a good chance to win it if we executed it. We had that play called 2 other times and we scored a touchdown.
It looked like Kelly had something amusing to say to you afterwards. Can you share what that was?
You know, just congratulations, gutsy call. You know, did you make the call?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would have made it.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, Notre Dame is first class in every respect, guys. And, I want to make sure we understand that. They did an outstanding coaches do a great job. They're a good football team. They've got players.
You talk about what they did defensively. I mean, you had some big plays on the ground. You still had a lot of yards, but it seemed like they would stymie you at times,
Yeah,
especially important ones.
Yeah. You know, they got good players. They run a good system. They're disciplined in what they do. As I said, coming into the football game, I think their Mike linebacker, Teo, is a very good player. The 2 corners. They've got a lot of good players. And, you know, they have a pass rush. So, you know, they played well. You know, but we played well at times, too, very well at times, too. So, you know, that was a great football game to watch. And I mentioned it on the radio show there that hopefully someday, you know, I'm 65, I'll watch it.
11 penalties, Mark. Obviously, you got away with it tonight, but how do you correct that moving forward?
Well, you know, the thing that's frustrating is there's a lot of, some of them were unforced penalties. Some things like Aaron Bates, you know, stepped out of bounds before he stepped back into bounds. They pumped the ball one time, and you know, got flagged for that. And, you know, some different things like that. So we got to keep preaching that and talking about it, but it's got to come with execution. We had some holding penalties. You know, we had some frustrating penalties, to be quite honest with you, too, that, you know, however you say it, I don't think they're obvious penalties, but you know, you keep playing. Our guys kept playing. We didn't quit. You know, I maintained that since I've been here. You know, our players will play. They'll come to play every game, and that's what you see. You know, And, we'll take whatever comes, but I'm very, very proud of them, the way they handle themselves, because they never quit. And, our sideline was alive, and, they wanted to come out with new unis on. I said, hey, let's go.
On the side of concern, Mark, there were vestiges where we saw,
There were what?
there were moments and instances where we saw a pass rush. There were times when we saw tight coverage, but for the most part,
Yeah, we got to get off blocks. We got to pressure the passer. We got to be able to pressure the passer, 4-man pressures, rather than bring blitzes. Now, we hit the quarterback. I'm not sure how many times the second half, but we hit him 9 times in the first half. But we have to affect the quarterback. Their system is good. They spread you out and hit seams and slants, and anytime you can limit a football team, though, they're running only for 72 yards, and I think that's what they got. I'm not positive, but. Or less than 100 yards of offense and running the ball, you've got a chance to win. And I think that's what happened. That had something to do with it. But as I said earlier, it's a good football team. It's just very competitive at this level. You guys know that. Games go either way. So.
As a head coach, do you enjoy making a call like that? And what's that?
Do I enjoy that?
Yeah. The rush.
I'd rather win by 30.
I realize that, but when it comes to crunch time, do you enjoy that? And
No,
what's that 30 seconds like while you're waiting for it?
I don't know. Just sort of. It didn't seem like 30 seconds. But, I couldn't tell you that. I just made the call. We made the call. We felt like we felt like if we executed, we could make the play.
Can you break down some of the pluses and minuses with Kurt? That's namely that sack at the end of regulation there.
Yeah, you can't take a sack. You can't take a sack. You got to throw it away.
Or the pass where he stepped back behind the line of scrimmage in regulation as well.
Probably he should have ran it. He was already passed, and big thing there was running the clock. It was such a long yardage situation, but this game is not foolproof. This game is. Every football game has its issues and has its problems, but it's always a learning experience. So the fact of the matter is, the quarterback is to a win. We're 3-0. We're moving in the right direction. He had some brilliant moments, obviously, and as we all do, we had some bad moments on defense. We came up with some plays on defense. So,
Coach, if you could talk about the last 4 to 5 drives, 4 out of 5 drives by the defense. Getting stops on those drives. I think I'm struggling in the third quarter.
Big stops, and we just switched things up a little bit. We pressured a little bit more, but huge stops. A lot of them were on third and short. One fourth and short play, huge play in the game also for us. So, we rallied and played well at the end of the game, and just stopping them there, making them kick the field goal was also a big play as well. So, obviously, as I said, we continue to play. Guys play. I can tell you there's a lot of happy guys that walk.
Coach, that last play that forced us to get field goal was 3rd and 2 with him hitting tight end L. Rucker.
Big hit.
Route recognition.
Route recognition, vision and break on the ball, made a hit, and I think he hit Rudolph's a big man, and drove him back, so they'll run after him, catch.
As a coach, how do you use something like this? Not to take away anything from the 2 teams you played before, but you've got Floyd, Rudolph, those are guys that look to be playing on Sundays, maybe someday. How do you use facing them in evaluating your defense?
Well, I think, as I said, it's a tough offense to defend. They're constantly moving, changing formations without huddles. They've got good players. I thought their quarterback, Chris, did a nice job as well, strong arm. But we'll look at it, we'll critique it, what we did good, what we did well, and what we didn't do as well, and try and get it straight, what the things we have to fix. But I think that we played the best football team that we played thus far, and we came out on top. So, as I said, that's the important thing. I'm glad I'm sitting here as the winner.
When you said Little Giants to Bates, what was his reaction? Did you see his face when you said
Yeah,
that?
you looked at me with, okay. As he always does. So, many words.
Mark, you haven't backed down from making gutsy calls like that, going back to your first year here. How important is it to do things like that, to get over the hump a little bit for your team, to try to help get your team over some humps?
Well, I think you always, as a head coach, you have to be in a position, you have to have a mindset that you're going to make. It's tough. It's a tough call, but you have to have the mindset that you're going to risk some things for a reward. There's got to be risk for gain at times. And also, this is a game, and players like that. They're excited about it. And so, you know, hey, if it didn't work, you know, everybody would be second guessing me right now, but I still feel like we still had a chance, and you know, that's the way it goes. But as I said, as I mentioned earlier, I said a little prayer and it worked. The prayer worked, the execution worked.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.